you want a guy who offers a lot of value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So what are you offering that person back?
Yeah.
I think
Why should that man want you?
Right.
I think like the person that I'm going to end up with, or like people that I've dated seriously and had good experiences with, don't really have that mindset. I think.
Wait, what do you mean?
As far as like asking me what it is that I'm going to offer back.
Well, everyone in the dating marketplace offers something.
Yeah. And I know that I offer things, but I feel like in my dating experience, I'm not in the business of begging or explaining like what it is that I have to offer. Like, I think if someone's my person, they see me and they see my soul and they see my spirit and they are attracted to me for that reason. And they treat me a certain way because they like treating women that way. Like, I don't want to be in a situation where I have to convince a man.
Sounds like a man has to convince you.
Right. So what if a man asks the same thing? Like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you have to offer?
Are you a feminist?
You know?
I think that word is convoluted, but I guess like
it's actually very simple. Feminism is a very simple definition.
I don't agree, but I will say yes.
Well, Webster's dictionary would disagree with that. It is a very simple definition.
Okay, so yeah, I'm a feminist.
Are you a feminist, Trip?
Yes, I'm a feminist in the sense where I do believe that women should have equal rights to men. Doesn't mean that the same outcomes are going to happen, but if you're a feminist, so you want everyone to be equal, doesn't sound like the situation you're creating is very equal. Sounds like the man has to prove to you, but you don't have to prove to the man.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's a couple reasons for that. One is just me as a person. I think I've said this in joking to my friends a lot. Like, I would be the most toxic man in the entire world. So like, I think part of it is like my personality, like my spirit, like who I am. I just happen to be born a woman. Like, so part of it is that. The other part of it, like if we're going to get into like who pays on the first date and stuff, I do, to your point, normally expect like a man to pay on the first date and things like that. That part is because like women make less money than men, like historically. It's like harder it's harder for women. I had to work statistically. I had to work harder. I'm not speaking for any specific guy, but like I had to work harder. Yeah. I had to work harder to make this money, right? I had to put in this work.
So you want handouts. You think the man who's making all that money comes easy? Not
easy, especially like not easy because I think not all of us, but a lot of people had to work. And it's not saying that like he didn't have to work, but like the amount of work statistically that I probably had to put in, it's probably more. I probably had to shut my mouth a lot more. I probably had to dim who I was a lot more. And I think like I'm owed a first date.
Maybe. So, but still it still sounds very.
Yeah.
This is why men are so frustrated with modern women.
Right.
Is because, hold on, Gwen. I know you want to say something. Hold on one second. It's because they feel that they have to prove so much to a woman and she just has to fucking show up. That sounds very messed up. It sounds very unfair for a lot of women who claim to be feminists and want everything to be equal.
Right.
But it's not. Go ahead.
Do you want to have a conversation about it?
Now I do, yeah. Okay. But first I wanted to talk and hear myself talk.
I do too. I also want to hear myself talk and have a conversation.
Great.
I think that men, particularly white men, but men generally are born with a lot more privilege of being able to access these roles, being able to access these opportunities that get them into higher earning salaries, no matter what industry or job function they're working in. Historically, men have more privilege and advantage than women. They're also not, I know that you've heard this before, but they're not facing the same costs that women face to remain attractive in a dating pool. Women pay for their hair, their nails, they pay for their clothes,
Jimmy's pissed. He left.
He's so fucking mad. He's so mad that a girl doesn't want to pay for his first date, dude. I think that women definitely face the pink charge that people say there is, with feminine products and like hygiene products, makeup, beauty treatments, all of it. It's a lot more expensive to be a woman than it is a man in this world. And you don't make as much money as a man. And I'm a feminist.
It depends what industry you go into.
It does depend.
A lot of women choose industries that are not very high paying.
Well, you know that nothing in this world is everything is this and everything is that. There are levels to everything and there are different situations for everything. But generally speaking, men have more privilege and more money, and women have more costs and less opportunity. And historically, we have more advantage than we did in the past.
But we're not talking about the past. We're talking about now.
We're talking
women
about
have
now, and
every opportunity right now. Where do women right now?
I said how I felt about where women stand already.
Right, but where do women not have opportunities today? Anyone can
I don't think it's that we don't have opportunity. I think we still have a lot of struggles that we have to face. There's the glass ceiling, which you've been talking about. Yes, we have opportunities to be CEOs and make it really high up, but it's still very, very hard, I would say. And I feel like it's kind of like a gray area where we say women have all these opportunities, women can be presidents of CEOs, but how many CEOs are women that you see in all of these major companies?
They say like diverse, like, oh, we have like 45% diverse CEOs
but how
at this
many
company,
women want to be
most of them aren't.
A lot.
Do you all want to be CEOs?
Yeah, but not in the environment that environment that's
you all want to be CEOs?
In the environment that's being presented to me. So like, hopefully I don't get fired, but it's like, I think
oh, sorry, go ahead. Then I'll branch off.
Will you remember? Because I want to.
Yes, I'll remember. Yes.
But like, I feel like for me personally in my company, it's like, I'm like of color and I'm a woman and I experience way more things because I'm a woman. And I think we always talk about like, oh, like people of color, whatever experience this, but it's like.
So you think women have it harder than men across the board?
Yes, across the board.
So you guys, so how many, so what's the percentage of women who go to war and die for their country?
What's the percentage of men who go to war and die for their country today?
A very large percentage.
In the world or the U.S.?
Well, because we look at women when they go into war, how are they treated? How are they treated?
Women don't want to go to war. Women, generally speaking, women don't want to be. You guys, they don't want to go to war. They don't want to be CEOs.
What is the correlation that you're drawing between going to war and being a CEO and like paying? Well,
we're talking about equality. We're talking about. And I'm just trying to point out some pictures where maybe it's not the case.
Frankly,
that women think they have it so much harder
I'm
today.
A feminist and I don't fucking believe in equality at all. I believe in men paying for the vast majority.
That is contradictory.
True.
Honestly, don't give a fuck.
Is that not
I don't care if it's contradictory because
of course
it's how
you don't, because you want equality where it benefits you.
Yeah, absolutely.